So hello everyone, I'm David from the package team, and in today's video I'm going to present a demo of an idea that I encounter, which is importing packages to the GitLab package registry using a CI pipeline. So I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. Is the font size okay? Is it readable? Okay. So we do have an ongoing investigation about importing packages from Artifactory. Artifactory is a third-party package registry where you can host many different package formats, and we have quite a large amount of customers asking for a way to import those packages to the GitLab package registry. While doing this investigation, I was wondering, some package formats, they have APIs to query the state of the registry, meaning that you get the list of all the available packages and their versions. And we do have the same in the GitLab package registry. So could we have a script that we look at both states, build a diff, and then actually trigger another pipeline where one job will do one operation, which is actually either adding a new package or removing one, so that at the end of all of these operations, the state in the package, the state in the GitLab package registry is the exact same one than the one of the registry that we were targeting. So the short answer is yes, we can do that, but we are going to deep a bit into details. So I created a Ruby script to help me with this. This script is basically built around a configuration where we define a target registry and, actually a source registry and a target registry. And the whole script has commands to build the diff between the source and the target, and then build all the jobs for the children pipelines for all the operations. So we are going to use that. The other thing I'm going to use is the dynamic child pipelines that we have on CI pipelines. So dynamic pipelines is a tool where instead of having a static YAML file with the configuration, we can have a script that will build the configuration of the child pipeline with all the jobs we want, and then this dynamic config will be used for the child pipeline. Yeah, it might be confusing now, but it will be clearer in the UI. So I have here this is the script. Here is my project with the configuration where all the pipelines are running. I decided to have the target registry on a different project. It's here, so we can see if we go to the package registry, we have a bunch of packages. That's okay. But the jobs are the pipelines are executed on this job. So it's like we have a job that is the orchestrator, and we have a target package registry which is in a different project. It could be the same, that could work too, but I wanted to show that we can target a different package registry. So yeah, I'm going to show the configuration of the import. A quick note, I'm using gitlab.com here, so I'm not using my local GitLab instance. I'm not using any feature that I added locally or something that is under development. It's just standard things that are already available. So we have the static configuration of the pipeline. So this one is basically pulling the script from the first project that I show, set up the script and just starting the script and defining the files that will trigger the dynamic child pipelines. So basically, yeah, we can ignore this step. This is just pulling the gem or the script and doing some stuff for setup. The main one is this one. So basically, we generate a diff, as I said, between a source package registry and the target one. And we are going to generate two pipelines file, not one, actually two. One for all the operations that add a package and all the operations that remove a package. We declare those files are artifacts, and here are the triggers that on those files will create the dynamic child pipeline. So we will have not one, but actually two. One for adding packages and one for removing packages. Yeah. So let's see the configuration of the import. The script, since I worked just a few hours on that, is scoped on NPM packages only for now, and the target registry is only GitLab, but we could imagine to have different target types. But yeah, for now it's only GitLab. So to keep things super simple, the source package registry is actually npm.js directly. It's not a private registry. The target one is GitLab with the project ID, since we are targeting a different package registry on a different project. And then this is some configuration for the child pipelines. We can just keep that. The most important thing is this one. This declares that we actually read the state of npm.js, and this defines additional filters on that state. Because obviously we don't want to import all npm.js on that project. That would be perhaps too many packages. So we have additional filters to select which npm packages we want from which version. And yeah, I implemented the, like we can specify a range of versions. So these ones are actually the exact packages that are currently living here. You can see NPM, Node, Redwood. So they are there. So I'm going to update this configuration. Let's say that we remove this one, and we are going to add a new one. So we are going to go to npmjs.org. Do you have a preference for any npm package? Can be anything. No. Okay. Yeah, well, let's add, I think it's Vue or Vue.js. No, I think it's Vue. Yeah. So we go here, we see all the versions history. Let's say that we want from this version and all the above of that one. So we want, it's Vue, right? It's not Vue.js. Yeah, it's Vue the name. So Vue from this version. So I'm going to commit this change. This will trigger the pipeline, and that pipeline will execute the script, compare the states, apply these filters that we just defined, generate a diff, and then generate the dynamic child pipelines. Okay. Yeah, it's here. So this is the pipeline running. So we have the pulling the script and doing some setup. This is the main task where we are going to generate the diff of the states of the two package registries. And then out of this diff, we are going to generate two YAML configs for two pipelines, one for adding packages and one for removing packages. And those jobs are waiting for those files to be created. So for now, they will not get, they are in waiting mode, if you want. What we should have is that we removed, it was, no, it's actually this one. Let me open it while it's running. We remove, it was Bubble Core. Yeah, Bubble Core should be, all Bubble Core packages should be removed, and packages for Vue.js should be added. Yeah, it's running the diff. Actually, the diff command will output a debug logging that will show all the add and remove operations that will then be used for the dynamic children pipelines. Yeah, that's it. So here is the summary. We are going to remove all the Bubble Core packages, and we are going to add all the Vue NPM packages. And yeah, we can see that the CI YAML file for adding packages has been written, and the same for removing. It's here. So now that we have those two files, the triggers, yeah, I need to refresh the page. The triggers have been executed, and those are two new pipelines that are children pipelines of this one. And if we expand it, we can see that we have all the removed jobs. So each job is removing one package. In this case, it's removing one Bubble Core version. And here we have the same, but for adding. So each one will add a version of the Vue package. So you can see the nice thing with splitting the import in steps and make a single CI job execute a single step. This brings a lot of visibility on the import operation, because each step has its own job with its status. And we can actually imagine that one of those jobs fails. We can actually retry it. Or we can actually see like very, very quickly which one failed. Because, well, here they all pass. But if you have a job that fails, you will have a new tab here with failed jobs. And so just clicking on that tab, you have a summary of which packages, which steps of the import failed. So it's interesting the amount of visibility that we have on the whole import operation that we have for free just by using CI pipelines. we are going to verify that it worked as, as expected. So the package registry, well, I'm not going to search for you since they're there. And if we look for Babel core, they shouldn't be there. Yeah, it's not there anymore. So we just have the exact package registry state that we wanted and that we define from the config file that is here from this configuration. That's good. The other thing that is interesting by using a pipeline is that this pipeline was triggered by a change on the config file. But we have some users that wanted not only importing packages, but they want like a step further, which is mirroring. So actually, you have some changes in the source package registry, and you want those changes to be reflected in GitLab. And actually, mirroring, we can do this very easily if we have a pipeline, because we can have scheduled pipelines, so pipelines that runs on a defined schedule, like, I don't know, each hour or a daily pipeline. And so if we, let's say that we run this pipeline nightly, well, this pipeline will check on every night, it will check the state of the target, the source package registry, generate the diff, blah, 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 generate the operations that are necessary to bring the target registry, in this case, the GitLab package registry, to the state that we configured in the config file. So that's another bonus of using pipelines, is that mirroring is just one setup away from happening. We just have to set up a scheduled pipeline that could be recurrent, so could be implemented very easily. So a lot of benefits of this approach. One benefit that we didn't talk about is that these jobs are potentially executed in parallel. So it's not like we are executing them in sequence. We get some parallelism in the import steps, and they are all independent. So if one job fails, that doesn't mean that another job will fail too. Like, they are not related at all. It's each one, it's its own job, its own world. So we have a more reliable import if we want. So that's good. On the downside, because I'm selling this idea way too much, so we have to talk about the downsides, right? The downsides. I would say the challenge is to really have a way to get the state, so the list of all available packages from the source package registry. And this is not something you can do for all package formats. I choose to start with NPM because I knew that there is an API that is defined by the like NPM client API with package registries. There is an endpoint that will list all the packages with all the available versions. So for NPM is possible. For others, could be more challenging to get that. That would be, if we can have an example. Yeah, if I'm not saying something wrong, Nugget packages would be more challenging, because on Nugget, you query the package registry with a given package name. So you ask the package registry, hey, give me all the versions that you know about this package. But in this case, for the import, what we really need is, hey, give me all the packages that you know and all the versions that you know. So could be challenging for some package formats. But yeah, that would be to be that would need to be worked on a case-by-case basis, I guess. There are other package formats where they don't work with package artifacts or package files, such as Composer packages are actually Git tags. So it's not exactly the same as pulling a file from somewhere and uploading that file anywhere else. It's not exactly that. So yeah, I have some doubts that this approach can be applied to all package formats, but it could be worth to expand the list of formats that we could support with this. The other downside I had in mind, yeah, we would need to update the script to support. Obviously, we need to support private registries, which means we need to support credentials. So, for example, Artifactory, like a user want to import all the NPM packages from Artifactory, we will need to support the credentials. So there is a bit of work to improve things, but I would say that it's doable. And lastly, yeah, one benefit I'd like to list here is that we could have a project in GitLab, so like this one, that is importing or moving packages from package registries that don't live in GitLab. Like, this is, I don't know, a strange use case or weird, but we could imagine having a GitLab project like this one, moving packages from, I don't know, Artifactory to something else. Yeah, why not? That would be possible. We could also imagine this project moving packages between two other GitLab instances. Why not? That would be possible. Imagine that we have two self-managed GitLab instances, and somehow they want to move all the packages from one instance to a different one. We could have this project handling that move or import or mirroring, depending on what the users want. That would be possible. So I would say that it gives a lot of flexibility using this approach, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is the end of the demo. I don't have anything else to show. I don't know if you have questions.
No, not really. But
No.
I mean, it looks really great, and I think it opens some opportunities. So as you described.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. And it opens like, it's due to its flexibility. We could even have more opportunities to use this approach on like some weird scenarios like the ones I was discussing. Okay, well, if you don't have any questions, I guess this will be the end of the demo, and I will stop the recording. So thanks for watching. I will add all the relevant links to the video, so it will be somewhere in the video description, and see you on the next one. Bye.